auspices of Dr. Pabitomi, what we do simply is to pay respect to heroes and heroines, young, peaceful protesters. And those, we have to keep on respecting and respect the names of those youths. That's all simply what we will do, to lay reef.
And we want Nigerian people to be resolute, that we are peaceful people, we are not ready to cause any mayhem. There was no intention for us to cause mayhem, but for us to demonstrate our love and honor for our martyrs. That is what has happened.
Oh, I think it's a terrible, terrible blot on the history of our country. I would advocate at some point that our national flag be redone, and there should be some red in it to remember what happened in Lekki. I think that we don't know yet. We will find out, hopefully, what led to it, how it was done. But this was the blood of innocence. Let us pray that this matter's blood will speak good for the future of our country. But surely it is a terrible stain in the history of our country. Well, I hope that eventually whatever inquiry, and I hope it is a very plain one, I have suggested there should be an international dimension to it, establishes the real truth. As a responsible person, without any evidence, I can't say anything one way or the other. The sad thing for me is that I heard the whole shooting from the deck of my house. I actually saw it approach. I heard the sirens coming, I heard the shooting started, and it will be good to get to the heart of it, and we'll find out exactly what happened, and there should be consequence.
As a mother that has children, and as somebody that has been advocating for a new Nigeria for over a decade, and as somebody also that has been teaching about the respect for our national flag. I mean, it's so appalling, and we witnessed one of the most wicked atrocity any government could commit, over their own people. Our children were murdered holding a national flag of the nation and singing the national anthem. Where is it done? Where is it done? We just came out to come and pay our last respect, to kind of put some flowers in the site where this happened. We were not allowed to, so that's why we are gathered in this place to just still do what we want to do and just say we have, we are so disappointed in the sort of government we have. They are supposed to watch over us as citizens, but they killed our children, the future of this nation. How many years do we have to live? How many years do they have to live? But the ones that are supposed to carry on after us, they murder them in cold blood. It's unacceptable. And we need a proper closure. We need a proper closure. That is why we are here. And we are saying we will not accept this as Nigerians. And we mothers are saying, no, we will not accept for our children to be killed like animals. And we should have respect for our national flag. We should have respect for our national flag. That is why we are here.
If the government continues to deny that peaceful protesters weren't killed, shot point blank with live rounds, how do we move forward from here? And we expect a lot more from these people who we elected, who are supposed to be leaders, in quote. And they have betrayed all of that trust, and they've murdered us, and they've continued to lie, just how we heard. The pattern hasn't changed over the years. And this is what we need for closure, before we start asking for all of the other social ills that we have demanded to change. We've seen that there's hardly any inclusiveness in anything they want to do, and they make only demands. They say, oh, we want this number of units. It's not about what they want. How about they start listening? Because this is a generation that we've seen with all sorts of technological growth. How can you judge them by their hair? Because someone has a braided hair. We just saw one of our fellow youth sell his company with his braided hair for $200 million. So we're talking about a tech-driven generation. So, this is important for us to air out these things to the government, that they have to be in constant communication, because this is a very dynamic generation, unlike with all due respect to all the past generations who have fought, even Professor Pat himself, who's here with us today. Thankfully, we know of his advocacy over the years through education and through even social action. And then there have been several other people who have done similar things. So what we're asking for, we're saying you have to own up that people died. People died, people's children died. And I know a lot of mothers who are on the verge, and we can see the About Women's Riot happening if these people don't come out and own up and give families closure that they desire. And there's been killings everywhere. We will stand and say we do not condone violence or hoodlums, as people nowadays like to call their citizens who are angry. I stand by the fact that there has to be closure. Otherwise, the peace that they're preaching about, then they cannot purvey it. If you're a purveyor of peace, then you must offer closure to the people. And this is what we demand. This is not even a plea. This is a demand.
People died, and that's the gospel truth, in fairness to God. All we want, we want justice for those people, for the victims. Their body is somewhere. Government, can you provide their body so we can bury them properly? We don't want them to die in vain. They're human beings. They have blood running in their veins like us. That's all we want for now. We just want to see their body before we move to the next agenda, so we can give them proper burial.
That one, I don't like the fact that happened. That day, that particular day, I was supposed to be there at the toll gate, but for some reason I wasn't there. I had to take care of chores at home. So somehow it got delayed, and then I didn't go. But I had fears in my mind, like friends say, "Oh, don't go. There's rumor that something's going to happen," and all that. So, but I was at home. I heard the gunshots and everything. I cried. I was at home crying that those people out there, the people I was able to connect with, my new friends, I called them, that we all shout "Soke" together, not knowing that some of them will not wake up to see Wednesday morning. It was sad. And I went there on Wednesday morning with my uncle, and I saw the whole place. I saw different places, spots of people's blood. According to the guy we met there, he said people actually died at those spots, which they say is now fake. So we don't know, but it's sad. It's sad, and it's a huge loss to the youth of Nigeria.
And going by what I saw of those youths, they understand what it is to lay wreath as a sign of respect for those who were murdered. And that was the respect. And I do pray other people go there on their individually and pay their respect. This is what is done universally.